Suspect eliminated!
Battlefield has always been about the multiplayer, and Visceral Games, developing their first title in the series with Battlefield Hardline, know that multiplayer is what keeps players coming back. Despite their admirable efforts to make an engaging single-player story for Hardline, Visceral know it's the multiplayer that will make or break their spin-off. It's why EA announced the game last summer with a public multiplayer beta, and why this week they're launching a second beta to show off everything that has changed since. From now until Sunday, February 8th, players will be able to fight across 3 maps and 3 modes, 2 of each being of Visceral's own creation. Conquest is a mode players will be familiar with. After all, the series has been built around it for over a decade, and the downtown map was a focal point of last year's beta. What's new is Hotwire, available to play on the downtown and Dust Bowl maps, and Heist, which is only available on the Bank Job map. So how do these new modes shape up? Hotwire is a blast, taking the concept of Conquest mode but ramping up the speed by replacing capture points with 5 cars to be fought over, and that need to be driven at speed to capture. The faster you drive and the more allies you're carrying with you, the quicker you'll deplete the opposing team's reserve of lives, creating a sustainable chaos unlike what you'll usually find in the series. This harks back to one of Visceral's 3 key design philosophies for Hardline: speed. It's a great mode with a good sense of flow and worked well on both maps. The second new mode is Heist, an asymmetrical mode set on the Bank Job map, which entails, you guessed it, a bank heist. Criminals must break into the bank's vault, then escape with big piles of cash, while the police do their best to stop them by depleting their tickets. The majority of games will be spent in the final stage of proceedings, as the cops try to hold down the positions the criminals must reach to make off with the dough. Hardline has been heavily inspired by Michael Mann's crime epic Heat, and its influence is no clearer than in these chaotic shootouts. While not quite as good as Hotwire, Heist feels like another fresh take on the Battlefield formula, utilising the game's well-known tropes. But having played both sides of the battle, side switch from round to round, it did seem that the police had an easier job thanks to their limitless lives. Overall, this is a solid and fun slice of new Battlefield that is well worth checking out, and which should establish what Visceral want to get across to fans. Enough has been done to make this feel like Visceral's own take on Battlefield, but it's not a huge departure and it was never going to be. Some things will never change. For example, my complete inability to fly a helicopter. For the latest gaming news, head to ibtimes.co.uk/games.